Hello there lovelies, this is your yes or no reading. This is for any question, yes or no. So I'm Violetann Tarot. I've been doing tarot since I was 8 years old and I'm here today to do your yes or no reading. So this is for any question. If you've never done a pick a card reading before, basically just focus on whichever card you feel drawn to the most, whether it's any of the charms or the gemstones or the numbers or the cards itself. Whichever one you feel drawn to most while you're focusing on your question. So take a little bit of a moment now just to focus on that question in your mind's eye. It must be a yes or no answer. So am I going to get this job? Is this person going to love me? That kind of things. So focus on that right now. And we're going to go through the piles now. So we got 20 here for the number for pile 1. And then piles 1's gemstone is this lovely tower point. And we have here this little key with a little black heart. We've got this little sweetie here. And we've got the letters S and T. For pile 2, we have got number 5. We've got this other little green point here. We've got a musical note. And a bottle of perfume. We've also got the letters O and O. Number 3, which is piled down here, we have got number 16. We've got this beautiful little pink rose quartz point. We've got a coffee bean, and we've got a little cake bun. And we've got, for letters, we've got a blank slate. And we've got a Z here. A Z here. Pile 3, which is this one down here, which is the golden foil tarot. We have got a number 8. We've got this lovely point here. We've got a seashell. And we've got a little cross. And for letters, we've got S and R. So just give yourself that moment now. In each of the readings, I'm also going to get a resonation card, but please make sure that you've liked the video to give me permission to read for you. So we're going to go into them now. Your reading is starting soon, but make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to never miss out on another reading. Hello there my lovely, this is your reading. So we're going to go through the charms to begin with. So we've got this little pinky peach tower here, a pointed tower here, and it's got flecks of black in it. So I feel like that mostly you're quite a cheery person. You have got a little bit of darkness that's been happening and being had to you, that's been cropping up in your life, almost like a vein of like sadness that's been cropping up. It has been quite spotty though, so it's been very on and off, and I do feel like that kind of gets irritating at times, because as soon as you think everything's going right, you know, something pops up, and I do feel like that's kind of very stereotypical for you, that little annoyances pop up. But you do like to keep things very sweet with the little sweetie here. But I feel like that actually the key to your heart is kind of locked away a little bit here. Like, not many people have the key to your heart. No, not many people have really kind of been let in. Yes, you have a surface level kind of trust that you are friendly, you are nice to people, but when it comes to being let in truly, you do kind of push people back a little bit. You do kind of distance yourself a little bit from people because of being worried about how they're going to react, how they're going to behave. As for these letters, you may either have like these letters in your name, or these letters are significant to the question, but it also might be Street or Steve, or possibly Stuart. So those are the two names I'm getting from it directly, but like I said, it might be something significant to you through your name or through the question, as it is a general reading. So as for your number here, we have got 20. I know it's got a picture on it because it's a roll down dice, but as we begin, it's important to understand the angel number 20. So this is encouraging you to trust in the divine timing and have faith that everything is unfolding to your highest good. So have faith that that is going on for you right now. So we're going to get some resonation cards to begin with, just so that I can connect to your energy and you can connect to the reading. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video to just give acceptance to this reading, acceptance to me doing the reading for you. So, how are you feeling at this moment in time? Oh, like nobody wants to commit to me. Nobody wants to commit to this. With the reverse of the Hermit card, you've got a lot of people around you, but nobody wants to commit to me. Nobody wants to commit to this. So a bit frustrated here. A bit like you're overcome with burdens, like you're having to fight for everything, you're having to argue, you're having to fight for everything. And with the reverse of the King of Pentacles here, you feel like you're not really getting the offers that you deserve, and that you are kind of having to turn around and deny offers that you aren't really suited to you, aren't really good for you, aren't really in the direction that you would want them to go. So we got the Antelope Spirit. Life is definitely starting to speed up for you, but it's time for you to co-create with Spirit. It's time for you to start creating with Spirit. Instead of just waiting for things to happen, you need to start talking to your guides more, talking to Spirit more, getting an idea of like, where do I go from here? And what do I need to do to create the kind of dream life I want? We've got the Owl Spirit Wisdom, because they are going to provide you that wisdom. With the Pegasus, it's going to allow you to transcend. It's going to allow you to transcend going forward. But I don't feel like you really found your tribe yet, which is a big issue. That's the reason why you're not feeling like anybody else is really going to help you, or that anybody else will help you. There's almost an element here of, I haven't really found my tribe, so I don't really feel like anybody else is going to help me. A little bit stuck here though, definitely a little bit stuck. Endurance is the key to success. And go within. So endurance is definitely the key for your success, and you need to be going within. So there's definitely an element here of like, I need to go within, I need to start working hard to endure success and working hard to create success for myself. I definitely feel like there's an element here of having to go within, actually focus on, you know what am I trying to manifest right now? What am I trying to manifest for the future for myself? Because I feel like that endurance and having to keep things going, even though other people around you are being frustrating, is going to help you set off to the right path in life. We're going to go on now to what you need to know about your question. So those were just resonation cards to help us to connect, and anything you kind of needed to know from Spirit about this situation. So, what do you need to know right now about this situation or this question? Spirit, what do you need to know about this question? So with the reverse of the High Priestess here, I do feel like there's a lot of this doubt of like, I'm doubting myself, I'm doubting my abilities, and I feel like the world is being unfair to me. There's definitely a level of humbleness here. So you're definitely being too humble. Whatever you're asking about, you've got all these doubts around it and you're being too humble about it. You're kind of getting into expectation of it's never going to work for me, or it's never going to progress forward for me. But there's lots of other people who have been successful. Sometimes it's important to know that other people have done something similar in the past to give you that knowledge of, okay, there is a way to make this successful, there is a way to go forward. It's not like nobody else has ever done this. It is possible. So that can kind of give you that kind of sense of, you know what, if somebody else did it, I can do it as well. But there's definitely this element here of being too hard on yourself, that's kind of limiting you from feeling like you can progress forward or you can move forward. What you need to know though about this question, is it a yes or is it a no? Is the answer to the question a yes or a no? There's definitely an element here of having to come out of troubled waters, having come out of a problematic time period. And I feel like a lot of these limiting factors have been to do with like finances, even if it's not directly to do with finances, like financial burdens or finances of the world in general has caused limitations with this, or a slowdown with this. But there is movement forward coming in, and I feel like it's going to come in with quite a peaceful resolution. I do feel like it's a yes. I do feel like it's a yes, and I feel like there's going to be some sort of peaceful resolution around it. So I hope that's helped you out, but as always, you are a master manifester, so you can choose to either claim or to reject this reading by either commenting I claim this or I reject this down in the comments, just to let the universe know that you want to either manifest this into being or you want to kind of push it out of your existence. Your reading is starting soon, but make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to never miss out on another reading. Hello there, so this is your reading today for yes or no any question. So just before we start, please make sure that you're focusing on your question now and that you have hit the like button, just so it gives me permission to read for you. So we're going to go through the crystals here. So we've got the green crystal here. I feel like that there is this certain level of murkiness, emotional murkiness with this one. I almost feel like that your life is a little bit clouded, a little bit strained at the moment, and a little bit like you're on ice, like your emotions are on ice, your emotions are frozen. We have got the musical note here and we have got the perfume. I feel like you're trying to make yourself feel better, you're trying to kind of embrace either the use of music or the embrace of the things to kind of make yourself feel happier and make yourself into a more positive mindset. And I feel like as well with the perfume, you're trying to put your best foot forward. You're trying to kind of envision, embody that kind of like, I'm doing well, I'm doing okay. Although it is a kind of a struggle for you, you're trying to envision this at this time. And we've got the 2 O's. Some of you might be literally feeling like you've got everybody's eyes on you. Others of you, this might be more to do with like actually having like a circular kind of thoughts or circular pattern, like going round and round in circles. But if you can take the O's, please do as well. And lastly, we've got your number. So we've got number 5 here. So this really signifies like a major life change for you on the horizon, and that, you know, you need to start actually embracing those new opportunities when they do arrive. Yes, you have been kind of under a lot of stress and a lot of worry and fears lately, but don't allow that to kind of hold you back. Push it aside and kind of embrace that. So we're going to get some more of your resonation cards just to help me connect with your energy, and help you to connect with the reading's energy. So how are you feeling at this time though? I definitely feel like there's an overarching energy here of exhaustion. Nothing I'm doing right now is working out. There's issues with communication. I'm just going to have to walk away. I feel like nobody really values me. And they're not really offering much. So a lot of pessimism here. I'm feeling like people aren't really seeing you of any value. They're not really taking you very seriously. And almost like everything you try to rectify this, although you are hopeful, it never seems to play out. It never seems to work out in the kind of way or the direction you expect it to. So there is this pullback, this major pullback here with it. Let's have a little bit of a quick look though. So we got the Antelope Spirit. And we got the Co-Create with Spirit. So you are needing your guides and your spirit at this time to help you to co-create. So I feel like you're not really getting the help from other people around you, and you won't get the help from other people around you. You're really going to have to ask your spirit, either your spirit guides or anybody that you are particularly connected to in spirit, for help, for aid. And I feel like with the Antelope Spirit here as well, your life is going to start speeding up once you kind of overcome that, once you kind of tap into that power, harness that power. Because yes, I feel like you are right that people aren't really taking much notice of you or seeing what you're doing with value at this time. So it is causing a lot of issues, and it is causing a lot of problems. I'd definitely be aware of that, because I really feel like it's not necessarily the best thing for you. It is kind of problematic, it is kind of dramaful. More than anything, this is almost like exhaustion. This is almost like exhaustion. There is so much more exhaustion here than you kind of realise or you're empathise with. And I feel like more than anything, this is like you having to kind of take yourself out of that situation and go, you know what? I'm going to start taking care of myself. I'm going to start progressing forward. But I need to really kind of start to shake it up and start to look at what I'm actually doing at this time. What I'm actually processing on, or what do I need to be processing on at this time. So I'm going to move those out of the way for a second. I'm going to get some more of these cards. Ooh. What's this that you need to know though? We got Wizard of the Woods, Focus. And we've got Purity, and I want to get that one as well. We've got the Growth. So there's definitely a lot of growth here for you. And I feel like it is pure growth. And I by pure growth, I mean this growth is going to come from yourself. So not anybody else's doings, not anybody else's behaviours. This is your choices, your actions, your doing. This is definitely your choices, your actions, your doings. But you have with the Wizard cards, Wizard of the Woods, you have the ability to manifest your destiny, to manifest what you want, to manifest those changes, and to manifest the progression forward. You just need to choose and embrace it, and choose to move forward with it. So we're going to go now into your main cards now. So this is just generally what you need to know about your question. So what is it you actually need to know about your question though? What do you need to know about your question though? You've got the Judgment card hiding the Two of Cups. There's one to come out as well together. I'm going to take the top one as well because I feel like that one needs to come out as well. So we've got the reverse of the Empress here. We've got the reverse of the Death card and reverse of the Fool card. So there's definitely a lot of stagnation here as well, especially with the reverse of the Two of Cups, and covering it or crowding it is Judgment. So there's not this offer coming through because I feel like there is issues of judgment calls about people trying to make decisions who really haven't been. They will start to communicate with you, and I feel like that will start to open things up a little bit. But this is like slow. Although you will eventually get movement forward with whoever you're dealing with in this, it's going to be so slow here, especially with the reverse of the Tower card. It's going to be so slow. One thing I would say is that this is definitely an energy of you can't wait around for other people. You can't wait around for other people's actions or other people to do anything to change things, to move your life forward. Because the more you kind of wait for them, with the rest of the Death card here, there's going to be stagnation. And reverse of the Tower card, like lack of movement. You need to kind of cut ties with this almost. Like you need to choose to take control. You need to choose to take charge, to push it in whichever direction you want. because other people around you are going to kind of like hold back from taking action. They're going to be wanting to take things really slowly, which is going to be a big issue for you, because I do feel like it's going to take it really slow. More than anything here, I really feel like this is a slowness that is kind of almost unbearable. Of like, you're trying and trying and trying and trying to make it into something you can bear and actually make it move forward, but it comes to a point where if you're trying to get somebody to work with you, or you're trying to get somebody to do it, that eventually after a certain amount of time of them kind of wasting your time, wasting your energy, you have to just say, you know what, I'm going to go and do it myself. I'm going to go and take care of myself. I'm going to go and focus on myself. And I feel like that's what's going to happen here, is you're going to get to a point of going, you know what, I'm going to go off. I'm going to go go and focus on myself. Focus on what I need to get done. Focus on what I want to do and what I want to achieve, and screw what they want, kind of thing. And you're choosing to break free from this. You're choosing to walk away. And just generally focus on your own thoughts, because there's just this frustration and exhaustion, which I feel like is just coming out. Like, the more you wait for them, the more exhausting and the more difficult it will be. So we're going to go and look at your actual answer though. So is this a yes or a no? Is this a yes or a no? Is this a yes or is it a no? So with the reverse of the Page of Wands here, I do feel like this is a no. And especially with the reverse of the Six of Wands up here, I definitely feel like this is a no. There is issues with communication, yes. And I feel like that, just in general, it's like there isn't that passion that can drive it forward at this time, or there isn't the passion that can make this into a yes. I do feel like though this is something you can change. Like, you can manifest this into an alternative direction, like you could manifest this into a yes. But with the reverse of the Magician card here, I feel like in the reverse of the Magician card here, you're feeling like you can't really manifest. Like your thought patterns, your thought cycles are kind of blocking you from manifesting or pushing it into the direction you want. But with the reverse of the Hermit card, there is so many other people around you who would be willing to give you their light, but I don't feel like you're kind of going towards that. You're not really going towards them for help or even just for advice. So this is like it's becoming a no, and it's staying in a no because you could be manifesting this in a new direction, but because of your choices surrounding it, you're kind of limiting yourself basically. So yeah, this is a no at this time, but like I said, it is very much changeable, this one. This is very, very much like not set in stone. But as always, you are master manifestors, and you have the ability to change this reading or any other reading that you want. Just give me a comment down below if you accept this reading, or if you want to reject it, that's perfectly fine. But it really gives you an idea of like how things are moving forward and how things are progressing. Alright, I hope that helps you out though. Your reading is starting soon, but make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to never miss out on another reading. Hello there! So this is your pick a card reading. It is any question, yes or no. So we're going to get into it, but just before we do, please make sure you've clicked the like button, as it gives me permission to do the reading for you, and it also lets me know as well that you are enjoying the reading, and it helps my channel as well to grow. So starting here, we've got this lovely point of rose quartz. Some of you are very energetic, but it's almost like a fractured energetic, like happy sad. Like, I'm pretending I'm happy but I'm sad, And below the surface, there's all these cracks and these fractures and this painfulness where you've put yourself back together. But it's never kind of exactly healed quite right. One thing I'm getting drawn to is I've got this painting on my wall, this collage that my niece made, and it's got a saying on it that basically loneliness is the fracture that never quite heals quite right. And I do feel like for many of you there is this kind of loneliness within that has never kind of fully healed. You've always been kind of searching for it, and it's almost been like a bit of a black spot on you. So a lot of pain there, but you're trying to be positive though. You're trying to be positive. We've got the coffee beans here as well, so I feel like some of you like literally like coffee, or you're a bit of a night owl. You know, you stay up late, burning the midnight oil, you know, you stay up really late at night, that kind of thing. So I do feel like that's a bit of a, you know, staying up late as well. Could be a shell as well for some of you, it could be a shell. We've got here as well, we've got this little bun. I do feel like you have a tendency to indulge in yourself in whatever shape or form that happens in, whether it's shopping or food or other substances. You do have a tendency to overindulge. I would be careful about that, because this is almost like an escape from what we were talking about earlier about the sadness, the fractures, and we never want to kind of use something as an avoidance technique, because it does mess us up and it does cause us problems in the future. With the blank slate here, I do feel like there's this energy of going, well, I know where I want to get to, which is the Z. I know where I want to get to, but where do I start? There's almost this element here of you don't know where to start, but you know where you want to get to in life. You know where you want to end up, but the steps between where you are right now and where you're going are kind of murky. You don't really know where you go from here or how you go forward from here. So there's a little bit of murkiness here. And for your number, we've got number 16. So with this number, it's important to remember to stay positive. You know, trust your thoughts, trust yourself, and trust that your needs will be met as you pursue your spiritual growth or as you pursue your life purpose. Trust that there is people out there trying to help you, guardian spirits, guardian angels, whatever you want to call them, ancestors that are trying to help you to progress and trying to help you to move forward. So we're going to go into your resonation cards now, and then we'll get into the main meat of your reading, whether it's a yes or a no. The resonation cards just help you to connect to the reading, and it helps me to connect to your energy. Some of you are very much like carrying some heaviness though, a lot of heaviness here. A lot of fear, a lot of heaviness. So, how are you feeling at this time though? Like, you don't want to communicate with people because you're feeling down, because you're feeling drained. Feeling like you're stuck in life. And that this sadness is kind of almost taking over. But you want this new beginning, you want this hopeful conclusion. But you're kind of blind to where you need to go to get it or how you need to get it. There's this blindness, this confusion involved in it. We've got the standing stones, passage, and we've got the stag spirit leadership. So I feel like for many of you, you need to find that passage, you need to find that path through, and it's almost like being teleported to another land. And what you're getting drawn to here is, if any of you have ever seen Outlander, it reminds me a lot of Outlander, where she teleports through the stones and she ends up getting teleported to another time. And it's almost like she's been teleported to another world because it's so different. For some of you, like, although it's not literally another world, it's like you want to go somewhere that feels like another world. And with the stag spirit here, I feel like it's going to take you stepping up and becoming the stag spirit, becoming the leader, becoming the person that's going to charge forward and lead the way. Because I don't feel like anybody else can take the reins in this. Yes, they can aid you. Yes, they can help you. But to go through these standing stones, to go through this transformation, you're really going to have to do it yourself. You're really going to have to choose to move forward yourself. Because it's not good to kind of like just to stagnate. And I don't feel like anybody else can do it for you, because it's too integral to what you need to get done, and it would be too complicated for you to get done, if that makes sense. We've got the wombat spirit to be at home. I almost feel like wherever you want to go to, it was going to feel like home. And it's time for you to collaborate with people to get there. By collaborate, I almost feel like this is like literally work. Like, you're going to have to do some work to get there. You're going to have to do some collaborations or some work to get there. It's not going to come naturally. It's not going to come instantly. You're going to have to do some collaborations or some work to get there, to go through this and to get to the next stage, if that makes sense. It's not necessarily going to be the easiest in the world. Yes, it is going to be quite tough for you to go forward to the next level and progress forward to the next level. But this is really going to aid you in moving forward and aid you in progressing onwards. So we're going to move on to whether or not it's a yes or a no now. So is this a yes or is it a no? And is there anything else you need to know about it? Money is definitely going to be a dividing factor in this. You already know where you want to go towards, or what you want to go towards, with the Page of Cups here. And I feel like for some of you, it's either literally somebody you see as an empress, or somebody that is strong and confident. I almost feel like whatever this kind of choice that you're making, that you want to go towards, is to do with something that's strong and confident, or it's imbuing strength and confidence in yourself. I do feel like there's a little bit of an element here of... Sorry about that, it's lost focus. There's almost a little bit of an element here of like, how do I go forward? How do I progress forward? But I feel like more than anything, this is going to allow you to get justice. This is allowing you to get fairness in your life. And with the Ten of Pentacles here, this is going to allow you to invest into your future. I do feel like this is a yes, and I feel like it's going to lead you to a happier beginning or a happier life. I just say, coming back to the stag spirit, there is some like necessary stepping up that you're going to have to do to kind of bring it forward and to progress forward. I just feel like it's not going to be the straightest or the quickest movement forward, if that makes sense. It's definitely going to be quite difficult and quite hard to kind of pass through it, but I feel like it's going to really kind of help you to kind of progress on and to carry on. So, but as always, you are a master manifester. So if you want to manifest this, just type below, I accept. Or if you want to reject this, if you want to use your energy and your powers to change reality, just let me know down in the comment section down below that you reject this, and just to kind of put it out there to the universe. Your reading is starting soon, but make sure to hit that like and subscribe button to never miss out on another reading. Hello there! Welcome to your reading. So today we have got your pick a card reading, yes or no. So focus on your question now, and please make sure that you've clicked the like button so that you can give permission basically for me to connect with your energy and for you to connect to the reading. So as we get started here, you've got this lovely little selenite here. So some of you are having to kind of ground yourselves right now. You're having to remove a lot of a lot of toxic energy from your life. Lots of toxicity from your life right now. And I feel like for many of you, this is coming through communication from spirit, but also from nature itself as well. As you kind of listen to them, you're like, you know what? Like my guides, my spirits, everything around me is telling me that I should be washing this away. I should be taking this away out of my life. Like the tide takes away, bits and pieces from the shore. And with the little pink cross here, you are protected at this time as well. And I feel like it's a very loyal spirit team that you've got that's trying to take care of you and trying to protect you at this time. Because with the S and the R, many of you are feeling a little bit scarred or a little bit scared right now. Please take the S and the R if you can take them as names as well. But I feel like there is a significance here of feeling scared or scarred by the past. And it is one of the things that is making you reluctant about cutting these people out that do not belong in your life and are no good for you in your life. And lastly, we've got your number. So for your number, we've got number 8. So this represents abundance, particularly financial success or career success coming in. And you're kind of encouraged at this time to kind of take a balanced approach to your material pursuits and your spiritual ones. So obviously we all need to pay our bills, we all need to pay our rent, but we also do need this kind of level of grounding as well and going, you know what, I understand that I'm not perfect, nobody's perfect, and we do need our spiritual side as well. It can't just be, taking care of ourselves spiritually because we still need to pay our bills, but we can't just focus on material matters as well. So I'm going to go into your cards now. So this is generally how are you feeling at this time, just some resonation cards to see how you're feeling at this time to help you connect with the energy and help me connect with your energy. So, how are you feeling at this time? A little bit like you want communication, but you're emotionally distant from them. I feel like there's somebody that you're emotionally distant from, but you want to kind of communicate with them, but there's almost an element here of you're struggling to get yourself emotionally involved in this. Like you're struggling to be able to feel involved in it. I do feel like though with the 5 of Wands here, there is some positive communication coming in. And I feel like this is helping you to avoid arguments and disagreements between you, because I feel like there is an element here of having these arguments and disagreements that are kind of holding you back and preventing you from being able to move forward. And with the Page of Cups here, I do feel like there is this element here with the Page of Cups that somebody is getting to a point where you have to distance yourself from them so much. You're getting to the point where you're not going to be emotionally tied to them anymore. And I feel like it is because of their immature treatment. Like they've been acting like the reverse of the Emperor card. So they've been acting very selfish, self-centered, not really taking care of themselves, just too focused on what they want and how they want to go from here and how they want to progress from here. But you will be communicating with them again, but I feel like this is going to be more on an even footing of you admitting what you want and what you need and going, well, this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is what I need moving forward, heading forward. So there's definitely an element here of positivity, of like you putting up positive boundaries with them, because they are acting immature, they are acting with bad behaviour and ill intent. So we got Reflecting Pool, Stillness. And we got the Rainbow Waterfall, Miracles. I just want to draw attention to, there's a lady looking into the pond and she's looking at her reflection, but her reflection is a swan. It's not a human. I do feel like though with this is a sign that, you know what, the reflection that you're looking at right now, you're not really realising you're a swan. You know, if you know the old trope about the ugly duckling, You might be looking down on yourself right now and you don't realize the kind of value you bring to connections and to people in your life. You're not realizing that you're a swan. So you're needing this stillness at this time to realize that and realize what value you bring to this world. And I do feel like there is some miracles approaching you. Definitely some happy endings, some, rainbows after the rainfall. And that's kind of helping you to kind of enjoy life again. But this is after you've kind of put in those healthy boundaries and actually chosen to kind of make a break for it on your own, kind of thing. We've got the crow spirit, and we have got the antelope spirit. So your life is definitely speeding up, and I feel like it's because you have actually already started approaching spirit. You've already started to kind of connect with spirit. This is what you're doing at the moment, and this is what's happening in the future. So with what's happening at the moment with the crow spirit, because you're already connecting, it's giving you that guidance, it's giving you that viewpoint to see where you need to go from here and where you need to head forward. So we're going to have a look into now a little bit more into anything you need to know about your question coming in. Is there anything else you need to know about your question? We got the Five of Cups in reverse. We've got the King of Pentacles. Somebody's going to try and undervalue you, but you need to focus on the positives here and ignore the negatives. And I feel like they're trying to focus on all the positives of why you should be dealing with them. And I feel like this is to do with finances, controlling you in some way financially. But you do need to kind of disconnect from this, because I feel like the movement forward they're trying to promise, or the progression they're trying to promise, isn't going to happen. It's going to kind of delay things for you. And there is this kind of level of arrogance here of, I'm only really focused on what I want. I'm going to be a bit of a liar, a bit of a cheat, and really kind of prevent you from moving forward and really kind of focus on only what I want from this situation. So do be careful about this person, because it's kind of like they're promising the world to you and actually not delivering. But what is the actual answer to your question though? I do feel like this is a yes, but one thing to be aware of though is I feel like you haven't all got all the details yet, and it's due to whoever you're dealing with involved in this is acting very arrogant. They're kind of holding things back from you, they're kind of hiding things from you, and it's partly because they're not really valuing your time or your energy that you're putting in, but mostly it's just that they are a little bit selfish, period, and you're having to deal with disconnecting from them. You're having to deal with letting them go. With the Fool card, I do feel like you're starting to leap forward though. You're starting to head forward with this. And it's really up to you to choose to leap forward. It's really up to you to choose to kind of take that next step. So although they say yes, it is going to need some input from you to progress things in your life and push things forward in your life without this fear of going, well, can I do this? Should I do this or shouldn't I? I feel like just in general, you need to kind of take that leap of faith and go, you know what? I'm going to take control of my life. I'm going to progress things forward, and I'm going to head forward so I can get that reward and I can get the life that I want. But as always, please remember that you are a master manifester. You can manifest the dream life you want. Just kind of let the universe know now if you want to reject this reading and push things forward in a different direction, or if you want to accept this and pull it towards fruition. All right, please take care.